Alright guys, so this fanfiction idea was voted on over on my Patreon. And if you guys, as always, would like to be a part of these polls and whatnot, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can start sending me requests for, if you hit the 4th tier, you guys can start sending me requests for videos to do here on YouTube, and also check out all the exclusive content over there. But how also, you guys can also, you guys, if you just do the 1st tier, you guys can do all the polls and stuff here, and that will affect videos there on Patreon here and here on YouTube as well. But anyway, so this one won by a resounding 73%. Like, it absolutely annihilated all the others. The other 3 ones, which only got 9 and 18% respectively, and one didn't even get any at all for voting. So yeah, as you can see from the title, Marvel villains versus Disney villains, or Marvel versus Disney villain war, or whatever the fuck I'm going to call this. So like I said, this was a fanfiction idea that came from that spawned from that poll. So we're going to do that here right now. So this story is kind of like like Contest of Champions, where these two factions are going to be pit against each other by cosmic outside tampering. And who's the outside tampering? Well, as it turns out, this basically starts with the Grandmaster, who's just kind of bored and looking for a new game to play, and that's when he comes upon the Collector. And the Collector is like this young child who loves games, and like the Grandmaster's like, "You like games, child?" And child comparatively, because Collector is old, but like the Grandmaster is one of the elders of the universe, and the Collector is like all in awe of the Grandmaster because he's like the ultimate game player. So the Collector wants to play a game with the Grandmaster, and he's like, "I bet, how about we have a game where we I pit my people against your people?" And he's like, "My people?" He's like, "Yeah, you come from a universe filled with cool bad guys." But I've been looking around the multiverse and found all these cool guys as well. So what if we pit them against each other, and whoever wins gets to be called the new Grandmaster? And Grandmaster's like, right on. So that's how it is that the Grandmaster and the Collector play this kind of cosmic game against one another in a war between the two. So, they more or less, like, that's the whole story, is that they're just pitting they just pit villains against one another. The Grandmaster actually gathers up all the villains on the Marvel universe from the Marvel universe and just pulls them here to his universe. And of course, like Thanos and Doom and Magneto and other ones are like, "The fuck are you doing? What do we get out of this?" And he's like, I can give you, if we win, I will each grant you a boon, and a boon from the Elder of the Universe. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. So, and he says it's not going to be for one person, it's going to be for all of you. So if you win, each and every one of you are going to get something from me. So that's how they get everyone. That's how everyone gets on the Grandmaster side. Whereas the Collector, when he gathers all of the people he wants in this fight, he gathers them up and brings them together and is like, "Hi everybody, I'm the Collector, and I can, we're gonna play a game." And they're like, "No." And then he proceeds to like reorganize their organs. It's just like, and then puts them back together. He's like, "Now can we play a game?" And they're like, "Okay." The only one who could really rival the Collector in terms of power was Bill, and Bill was excluded from the game. But Bill, however, does find out about this whole war and pops in, and he's like, "Hey, you guys need a referee, so and I can play fair against both of you." And they're like, "Bill, we know you wouldn't do that." And he's like, "That's why I would make such a great referee, because you guys wouldn't expect me to be a good referee." And they're like, "Okay, but and Bill is like, "I'm here to cause a little mischief here and there." And at that same time, that's when and he's like, "To show I'm gonna play fair, I'm gonna bring someone else." And he brings Chaos from Aladdin the Animated Series. So Chaos and Bill are the two, they're supposed to be the judges, but really they're more of the commentators. Like, Chaos and Bill act as the commentators, and that's how it is that the two of them just talk about like they're commentators in a wrestling match. So the creator and grandmaster pool their powers together to make like a mini battle world and dump the two factions on there. So from there, we have all these fights that occur on the planet. So the villains on the Disney side are all like clamoring to like who should lead, and then in Maleficent it's just like, it's gonna be me, and they're like, yes it is, yes it is, Mistress of Evil. The Marvel side still has a little problem of establishing leadership because there's like 200 egos on that end, until like Doctor Doom, they kind of invest power into they put Doctor Doom as their field general, and also the Grandmaster cuts in and is like, hey, it's gonna be Doom, okay? I'm not gonna have my people fight and kill each other over like who gets to do what. You guys are all gonna. I pick Doom as the leader, and Doom's like, as you should. And he's like, shut up. So the war commences, and I thought of some really fun like matchups here and there that you could see in these scenarios, like having like Loki take on Hades. You have like I thought of another fun one where it's like Clayton from Tarzan, and he gets into like a shootout against Bullseye. Like him and Bullseye have a matchup. There's also Ursula who's forced to take on Tiger Shark in a deep sea brawl. Then you have like Apocalypse who takes on who would I have? Oh yeah, Meteora and Apocalypse fight. Not Meteora, excuse me, Mina. Oh, yeah, it is Meteora, excuse me. But yeah, Meteora, who takes on Apocalypse. Yeah, Meteora, and while Mina, I had Mina against Cull Obsidian, which is one of the members of the Black Order. Then you have, like, Maleficent. She goes directly at, she would take on Doctor Doom directly. You also have, like, Magneto taking on... Oh, who did I have against Magneto? I forget. So, that's how... those are just some of the fun ideas for this little villain war. Oh, yeah, I had, what was it? Syndrome fighting, Syndrome and the Wizard fighting each other. There was also, Thanos who challenges... Thanos who challenges Mirage in a full-on fight. There's also... It's just a lot of back and forth, brawls to and fro throughout this. So, there you go, guys. Just a fun little, villain war. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? And who would you have in terms of fights in this video? I'd like to thank everyone for voting, and like I said, if you'd like to join in on these polls, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, and you guys can just hit the first tier, and you guys can also not only be a part of polls, but also check out movie reviews whenever they happen. So once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.